Hey, it's Bernadette. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you can see, I decided to put on some makeup and put a wig on and do my hair. And I thought I'd give you an update. So when you get here, say hello. Hi, Cardamancy. How are you? So good to see you. So it's let's see, 9:30 here tonight. It doesn't feel like it, but then again, because I'm on prednisone, I'm up pretty much until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and my body ramps up about this time. So this is my awake time. This is one of the wigs I got from Wigs and Wishes that I haven't worn yet, and I've found out because I went to a wig store today that the wigs that I have from them are too big, so they kind of bulge out in the back, which is why I don't like them so much. But I can kind of wear them as long as I put something in like this because there's no part line, so they don't look real. They look like wigs. But I decided I got some new foundation because I got so tan a couple weeks ago, and I did my makeup. I asked Bella if she wanted to do makeup on me because she's really good at it, but apparently she's asleep. So I watched some YouTube videos and put some foundation and concealer on and my eyeshadow, and I filled in my eyebrows and put some lip stuff on. And I'm like, okay, now I'm all dressed up. I should put a wig on and do a live update because I said I would come on after chemo round 3. So I kind of feel like just looking at myself as I do this video that I look less like I'm defined by cancer. I actually feel like I kind of look pretty tonight. So that's kind of nice. It's just for me. But yeah, so who's watching? We got 6 right now that are on live, 7. The numbers are starting to go up, 10. So please say hello. Hi, Brenda. I feel kind of cute right now. My bald head under here needs to be shaved because we finally got our, hi, Andy. We finally got our security camera installed on our garage. And so I was trying to set it up last night with my dad or yesterday afternoon, and it shines right on my bald head, which you can see the patches of missing hair. So I need help because I can't see to shave the top of my head. Someone needs to shave my head. It's coming out like I have no hair on my body except for the little bit on the top of my head. And it's coming out, but I need it to be shaved, and I can't do it like with an actual razor instead of with the clippers. So I went to a wig store today that's actually really close to my house. Brittany had gone and she needed to go today to get some red, white, and blue. What are they called? Extensions for the kids. For the Addie. Okay. So my 11-year-old granddaughter is a dancer. She's a competitive dancer. And she did a cheer and dance camp this last week with I don't remember what they're called. It's for the gunslinger team. I can't remember the name of the thing. In any case, I'll share it later. But she danced during the football game or baseball game. It's an indoor baseball league, something like that. Forgive my brain. I have chemo brain. So I'm trying to remember. In any case, so we had to go to the wig store, and I was like, I want to come because I've been watching TikTok videos about lace front wigs. I don't want to buy any online wigs from TikTok. I really want to try them on. And the lady was fabulous. She was super nice. And I got that wig back there, which is a lace front. It doesn't have bangs, but she said I could cut them in. And it actually has a part line, so it looks like real hair, and it's low density, so it doesn't feel super heavy. And it's more what my hair used to look like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, with highlights and everything. So tomorrow, I think Brindy's going to put that one on me and cut the lace off and play with it. Right now, I'm just letting it relax. So let me catch up on the comments. Hi, Sylvestine. I look great tonight. I feel good. I put on makeup. I put on makeup and I put on a wig. So yeah, thanks, Kim. I decided like I was just playing with makeup tonight and I was bored. I've been laying like sitting in my room a lot lately. Today I was helping my dad helping, supervising, I don't know what you want to call it, helping my dad put together an awning we got for the back deck to replace an umbrella that is not working. Um, and it came in on Friday, so he's putting it together. So I was helping him keep his brain straight with the instructions. And then that was over, and I was like, I don't want to watch TV. I'm sick of television. I mean, I watch K dramas, so I'm just bored. I'm bored. So I was like, let me go play with makeup. So I watched video tutorials because I'm not a big makeup person, but right now I kind of have to do whatever I got to do to make myself look good. So yeah, 6 shooters. Thank you, Andy. The 6 shooters cheerleading team Addie got to go to a camp with, and she got to dance with them during the game tonight during halftime. And I went to watch it, and they cut it off with commercials. So now I have to wait to watch it until she gets home. So bummed. Um, thank you, Rox. Hi, Mikey in Houston. I feel good tonight. I feel like I look good. Hi, Melly from Australia. All right, so here's the update. Today is, let's see, I had chemo round 3 Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, day 4 of chemo. I am on prednisone until tomorrow's my last dose of prednisone. So I am not sleeping real well, if at all. It's like I'm sleeping 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm out of bed by 7, 8. And then I'm kind of groggy for the first 3 or 4 hours of the day. So I have to lay down and kind of take a nap. But that's been kind of the worst other than my stomach. So during the chemo infusion on Wednesday, the mass is pretty much now the lower part of my stomach, my abdominal cavity. So from right below my belly button up about, I want to say 5 inches. She measured with the tape measure the day before, but she didn't tell me what the measurement was. It's definitely softer and it's way smaller than it was. I mean, before my stomach was huge, 19 centimeters, which is close to 8 inches. Like it, and I'm small. I have a small frame. I'm 5'2". So like it was my whole stomach. And then like 4 inches thick in my abdominal cavity covering my intestines. So it's reduced quite a bit. The shrinkage is not going as fast as it did with the first round, right? You've just been, Melly saying she's just been through 3 days of that too. Yeah, the first 2 rounds, the first week was hard. The second chemo round, the last one was harsh. Like day 2 I was on my butt sick. Day 3, exhausted, wiped out. Today's day 4, and I have not been quite as bad as I was. And part of it, I think, is that IV infusion I got of the B vitamins and the help with the dehydration. I got a liter of fluid saline, and I got vitamin C and zinc and that was a couple of weeks ago. I have another one scheduled for day 9 of chemo, which will be the 5th of July. And I'm going to do the same thing, either half a liter or a liter of fluids. The diarrhea has not been quite as bad. This time actually struggled the first 2 days with, for whatever reason, constipation. So the chemo hasn't even started coming out yet. And you can tell because there's a certain weird acid yellow color to it and it burns. And that hasn't happened yet, probably because I have been constipated. So I had to take my medicine to help with that. And then that has blown my stomach up. Like it's swollen. I have I have chemo belly right now, and I'm not really feeling like eating today. So I've tried to eat, but I'm not eating a lot. But I am doing better mentally. I will say that, which is why I came on tonight. Like I'm doing so much better mentally than I was doing in round 2 in the last video update I gave you. I have been pretty isolated. I've been feeling very lonely and kind of isolated the last week, and the last 2 weeks haven't really wanted to talk to anybody because my head was I was having a hard time keeping my head positive. Like, not that I was feeling sorry for myself. I was scared. I mean, I was so sick with round 2 and I wasn't coming back strong. I was scared of round 3. I'm like, God bless, can my body take it? I got I've got 4 more to go. So now I have 3 more to go because I'm at the halfway point. So I'm super happy about that. I made it to the halfway point. Once I come off the prednisone, which I will update you on that, my doctor, I talked to her, the oncologist, on Tuesday. And sorry, got a random hair sticking in my eye. I talked to her on Tuesday. And so as far as tapering down, so the prednisone with my form of lymphoma, diffuse large B cell lymphoma, is part of the chemo drugs. So it helps shrink the cancer. It addresses the cancer. So I'm on a high dose, 100 milligrams for 5 solid days. And it's tough when you just drop off of it with no tapering. So she told me, and then we're going to try, because I was like, do I have to do the prednisone? She goes, yeah, it's part of your chemo. I'm like, oh, I did not know that. So I have tomorrow's my last full dose of 100 milligrams. And then Monday and Tuesday, I'll take 20 milligrams. And then Wednesday, half, which is 10 milligrams. And that's my taper to see if the withdrawal symptoms are not quite as bad, so that my blood pressure doesn't tank and my blood sugar doesn't tank. So we're going to try to taper it that way and see if it's enough to make a difference, so that I don't have that massive bad reaction I had with round 2, because round 2 was harsh. Like when I got cut off the prednisone, I talked about it in the one live stream. Like, it was bad. My blood pressure, my blood sugar, my body was shaking. I couldn't control my temperature. It felt like someone was pounding nails into my legs, and I had a fever, and then I didn't. It was horrible, like horrible. That's why I wasn't sure I was going to get through that round, and also why I called for the IV infusion people. The good news is, let me see if I can lower my camera a little. Know if you guys can see. So it's so weird because I see other people's ports and my port looks different. I don't know what that is sticking out of my port, but the port started up here. They inserted in here and then dropped it in here. And I had tape on it from covering it. They put tape on it when I left, when they pulled the needle out. But the port's doing really good. And I have it. There's no, like, it pulled blood just fine, and the chemo went in just fine, which is way better than what I had with the PICC line. And I shared a video on Facebook of right before I went to chemo, slathering like the numbing cream on it, and then you put saran wrap over the top of it so it doesn't get your clothes all gross. You have to do it like an hour before you're injected so that it's good and numb. And this time it did not hurt. I mean, it felt like someone kind of, thunked me like that, but that was it. It wasn't bad at all. So that was good. Because I was afraid of that. When she's like, don't look. So I turned my head and it went in, and it was not like it was with round 2 when I didn't have any numbing cream on whatsoever. And I didn't have it because A, they didn't give it to me, and B, I just had the port put in 2 days before. So it was still healing and very, very sore. I think you're wise to isolate. Lots of viruses are circulating. Don't need to catch. Yeah, no. So this is a good point. And I'm jumping all over the place, and forgive me. I'm trying to be coherent. The one thing with cancer and chemo, it's really hard to stay focused. I am isolating at home. I'm staying home because COVID's on the rise. A lot of people have viruses that they don't know if it's COVID or it's a flu or what. There's a lot going around, and I don't want to get sick. I wanted to go to this game my granddaughter was dancing in, but it's in an indoor arena. Not going to do it. So I'm going to watch the video. So I'm spending all my time at home and all summer home. When I talk about isolating, here's what I mean. I'm not even talking to people on the phone or Messenger. Like, for the last few weeks, 2 weeks, I haven't felt in control of my emotions or my thoughts enough to want to talk to anybody. And I didn't want to, like I explained in the last live stream, I did not want to be cheerleaded. Like, people telling me you're okay, you're going to be okay, it's all going to get easier, when it wasn't getting easier, it was getting harder. And so I finally found a support group on Facebook that is the chemotherapy support group. Everybody has different types of cancer. Everybody has different types of chemo. But it's nice because we all are sharing different side effects and everybody's super supportive in there. And what everybody in there says is, I don't know who says that it gets easier each round, it gets harder. I mean, your body's breaking down. With the IV that I did the last time, it seemed to help because with my blood work, and my doctor was happy to see my platelet count went up and it was pretty low. Like I was borderline, like you can't do chemo. We got to get your hematocrit and hemoglobin and platelet count up. But this time it was higher than it was with round 2. So she was happy. She said, go ahead and do it again. I told her I had an infusion scheduled for July 5th with the zinc and the vitamin C and the vitamin B and the vitamin B shot. And she said, that's fine. Just you're right outside of that window. She doesn't want me messing with vitamin C or anything during 7 days, the first 7 days of chemo. So I'm on the other side of it. And the reason I scheduled it on the 5th is because usually the last 2 rounds on day 10, I crash hard because the prednisone is out, the chemo's coming out, and I want to boost. And I want to be able to rebuild and rebound my system in the middle of the chemo cycle before the next one. So that's my plan right now. I haven't been getting much done, and I've been journaling a lot about, like, I've been a workhorse and a workaholic my whole adult life. I mean, I'm 57. I'm used to working 12, 14, 16-hour days, right? It's hard on me right now. Like, not to sit still, because I do a lot of meditation and sitting still. It's hard for me to not have goals that I'm walking towards. My big goal right now is to get the cancer to go into remission, no evidence of disease, and to get well and to get through every day as positive as I possibly can and keep up with the way reduced client load that I have. And it's hard sometimes, because I'm sitting here going, normally you'd be writing emails. Normally you'd be, I have 2 programs that are running. One's a monthly program and one is an ongoing yearly program that's very intense and helps people empower themselves and learn how to be intentional and get out of survival mode and really achieve what they want, no matter what they've been through, right? And it's great for business owners, for people who work for others, for people who just want to do better in their lives. It's what turned my life around in my 20s. Like I said, I'm 57. My other program is a monthly membership, Hidden Wisdom, which is for spiritual growth and personal growth. And I'm keeping up with those 2. Plus I have a handful of private clients, but I'm used to growing. And my Charm Life program, the year program, I do need to enroll. Like, it's time for enrollment. And I cannot, for the life of me, draft, craft, and do posts and emails. And I can't do any of them. Like, my brain just cannot focus. Plus I can't sit at this chair for that long. Like, the big accomplishment for this week, because our insurance is going to expire on July 13th, our homeowners and our car insurance, for 2 weeks, I spent getting quotes and then finally landed on our new insurance. Hi, Megs. So, that was my big accomplishment this week, is that I saved us $3,000 on our insurance from what the company we've been with for 3 years renewed. Like, they raised our rates ridiculous amounts. And I shopped my butt off. Any of you that know car and homeowners insurance quotes suck. I filled out this thing online and then I got bombarded with a bunch of stupid calls every 2 minutes. Put my phone on silence, unknown callers, and then anyone who didn't send an email, I didn't review their proposals. And then some of the companies would not cover us because Bella has a Kia Soul, a 2022 Kia Soul. Even though she's done the recall upgrades for her security on that down Kia Soul, a lot of the companies won't cover it, which is stupid. And then in Texas, as well as Florida and Louisiana, they raised all of the hurricane and flood and tornado rates. Like, the deductibles now are 1% of the value of your house that you cover. So, like, if you have a $400,000 policy, your deductible If you get any kind of hail damage, rain damage from hurricanes, blah, 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 it's $4,000. There's no more $1,500 deductibles. I was like shocked, and shook. And then, no, sorry, normal comprehensive whatever on your house that goes wrong is 1%. Hail damage, tornado, hurricanes is 4%. 4%. So $400,000, 4% of that is your deductible for them to cover the damage from that. So 1% on normal stuff. So $4,000 on, say, a pipe busts, right? Something happens. An electrical fire, something happens. Someone breaks into your house and steals all your stuff. Like that's 1% of that 400,000. But if it's hurricane, tornado, wind, or hail damage, it's 4%. Like, what are we paying? And the rates are ridiculously high. Like we started paying, I think it was $1,500 when we moved here and bought this house in 2020, $1,500 a year for our homeowners. And then the following year, it went up to $1,800. And then it went up to, what was it, $1,900 last year. They bumped it to $3,000 this year. I'm like, you are out of your flipping minds. Like, no. I called for Safeco. They quoted me between homeowners and car insurance, $10,000. I'm like, so I need a part-time job to pay for homeowners and car insurance? Are you guys crazy? So finally landed at Farmers Insurance. Little tip for y'all that are hunting for insurance. Farmers told me that they lost a bunch of customers from the rate raise stuff. So they're actually trying to be more competitive. And some of the rates are coming down in the next 6 months. So we went with Farmers, and I saved overall between the homeowners, and our homeowners ended up being like $1,400 versus $3,100 with our company that we were with, which was Germania. And then the car insurance, what was it we saved? Altogether, it was $3,000 that we saved per year between homeowners and car insurance. So that was a pain in the ass to get done. But my brain was able to get it done. Like I locked it all in. And then my dad was weed eating and threw some gravel up on my windshield yesterday and cracked the windshield of my car. So I have to take that in Monday, but I'm putting a claim on my old insurance before it expires on the 14th. And they can pay to replace my damn windshield because it's like it dinged it and then it splintered from the heat. So it's like that big, can't just be repaired. We tried. So that's what I've been doing. I've been watching K-dramas. I've been journaling a lot and then taking care of the things that I can take care of. It's been an easier trip and ride for round 3. It hasn't been quite as hard. I have been searching all kinds of videos on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok of people going through cancer and chemotherapy because there's so many things that are very unique to our experience when you're going through it that nobody talks about, right? And you kind of want the support. And you want to kind of, for people who've already been through it or they're farther into their journey, you kind of want to get an idea of what's going on. So, I mean, the chemo support group I found on Facebook, that has been helping just reading. And it's been great watching success stories, people ringing the cancer bell when you're done with your treatment. I look forward to the bell. I literally look forward to the bell when I get to ring it. But it's the people that have been, posting, like I've read a bunch of posts with people with anxiety and depression. I'm grateful, really grateful. I have not, and they've asked me a couple of times if I want to see a psychiatrist to get on meds, depression meds, because I don't have anxiety, but I'm going to say, like, I've questioned whether or not I'm falling into depression, right? Like my body's pretty depleted. And I know what depression feels like because I had severe depression chronically for a number of years before I turned my life around. But I was praying about it and meditating about it the last couple of days, and Spirit said, "You don't need the medicine. You're just gonna have to get the understanding and the acceptance that this is your brain and your body tapped. Like you're tapped. And it's okay to feel this way. It's not going to last forever, right? There's moments when I don't have that dark cloud feeling. I know when I come off the prednisone, it's going to hit like it hit the first 2 rounds, and it'll hit the third round. And I know I'll be crabby, and I know I'll be angry, and I know I'm going to be in pain, and I'm going to have to up my pain meds, and I'm going to have to avoid people so I don't bite anybody's head off when I go through it. Hopefully tapering down to 20 milligrams instead of just cold turkey will help. We'll see. But the isolation thing that I've been talking about, I am isolating at home. I'm staying at home as much as I can. I'll go to the store when I can. But, my life consists of taking care of the cancer and going where I can. It's been great, like to be able to go to the wig store today with Brindy, just getting out of the house for an hour, getting out of our 4 walls. And, I'm not even staying in the house except to go make stuff to eat and use the bathroom. I'm out here separate from even the family. So I'm alone. So when I talk, I feel isolated. I'm not talking to people. People aren't really talking to me. I mean, people will message me, but nobody's, I'm not talking on the telephone to people. I'm not having like phone conversations the last couple of weeks, and nobody's visiting. So it's like I'm lonely, and I do feel isolated because everybody's out living their lives. And I know this is temporary. I get it. I totally get it. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't feel bad. I mean, y'all know when you went through COVID, right? Your life suddenly hit a screeching halt and you were stuck at home. Well, I'm stuck at home, but on top of it, my entire life changed. Like all the drugs, everything's about fighting cancer, right? Like I'm bald. I lost all my hair. My eyelashes are falling out. I had to draw in eyebrows. Like, it's, yeah, it's rough. Hi, Unique. Thank you. I am okay. I'm actually doing better this round so far. It's so great that you speak so frankly about your experiences for others who are going through similar circumstances. Yeah, I really don't want to sugarcoat it because I've been looking for people to not just share their positive attitude, and I'm trying to be like upbeat and positive. But I am giving it to you guys as it comes, raw and real. Like today I feel okay. So today I've got energy and the prednisone is kicked in. We'll see in a few days. It's probably not going to feel great. And if I can, I'll come on and share that too, because that's the part. I had no idea there was a prednisone crash coming. The doctors didn't tell me, and nobody on social media, on YouTube, even talks about it. Unless you search for it, you're not going to find it. And I didn't know that was a thing. And I've never taken prednisone before, ever. I've never been on steroids, so I didn't know. And thankfully, my daughter has, because she's got fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. They give it to her when she gets flares, and she knows. And man, thankfully, she was the one that caught it. And she's like, "No, Mom, you're going through a steroid crash." I'm like, "What is that?" Am I up for phone calls? Girlfriend, I'm always up for talk to you. Because, I mean, here's the deal with the phone calls. And I was telling Andy this the other day because we had a whole text thing about not wanting to be cheerleaded. Like, as long as you can handle real, I'm good. Like, I don't want to be cheerleaded. Not that I don't want, I'll be real with whatever I'm feeling at the moment. But yes, I'm up for the phone calls. If you have my phone number, I'm up for the phone calls. It's nice to talk to human beings. I'm bored. I'm here for you. And so are so many people. And I'm so grateful for that. I was just logged into the fundraiser before logging in here to get the link. And I was shocked that we're up to $9,800, which is almost half of what Brindy put the goal. We put it really conservatively of what we thought the bills would be. Here's the screwed up part, and I was going to talk to her about this. We're almost at half. I've paid for the first emergency visits and the first treatment. I haven't even gotten the bills for the second treatment, and we're in the third treatment, and we've already used over $8,700, close to $9,000, literally. Like, she might need to raise the thing because I still have a bunch of scans. They don't cover, apparently, the indigent program did not cover any of my CAT scans, my MRIs, the PET scan, none of it. So I had to pay for all of that out of pocket. And there's still more bills coming. I haven't gotten the bills from chemo 2 and round 3 either. So there's a lot. I don't know if you can raise it on, I mean, that's what I was thinking too. Like, can we raise the goal? But I'm going to ask her. She's been very busy. Thanks, Miss Arleva, my inner glowing spirit. I spend a lot of time on our back deck at nighttime in the middle of the night, looking up at the stars and praying. I spend a lot of time during the day, thus the mister on the fan and keeping cool. We have one thermometer on the table that I sit next to and one just like next to the fan out of the breeze and out of the misters. It's a 20-degree difference when we run the misters and the fan so that I can sit out there. It's about 87 degrees versus 100 usually is the difference. So we've made it comfortable enough where I can sit out there. My dad will put the awning up. It'll give enough shade that in the afternoons I can still be out there without dying. But I spend so much time alone and talking to spirit and playing with the dogs. My dad will come sit with me. But I'm still, it's lonely. I'm bored. So I went and did my makeup tonight. So I was like, go do your makeup and put on a wig and go update. So here I am. And here we are 30 minutes in. So if you guys have any questions about the journey, the cancer journey, the chemo journey, I'm grateful that I don't have to do radiation. I don't have to do surgery. I'm trying to study up on follicular lymphoma because I have the one mass that's in my abdominal cavity, but I have the follicular lymphoma, which is another mass that is inside of my large intestine, my ascending colon. So, and large intestine. That one has not been bothering me, but that one's chronic. Like, I kind of ignored what she said about that. I haven't really wanted to ask questions about it. I'm kind of waiting until chemo's done to find out because she said it's something that I have to manage. And it has, from what I've read so far, it's because it's in the blood and in the lymphs that it can come back. I don't know if they just think they can't cure it. I don't know. But I think typically when you have cancer in your intestines, they don't typically want to use the radiation because it burns it. And I know in Japan they won't. So I don't know what that means for me. I'm going to do a bunch of high dose vitamin C and off-label meds when I'm done with chemo and I get her approval. But I have to study up some more on the follicular lymphoma because it is chronic, which means that because lymphoma is in the lymph nodes, that I have to always be aware. And if it's in my bone marrow, I have to always be aware of it coming back and be aware of the symptoms and yada, yada, yada. I don't feel like I'm going to have to continue to do chemotherapy. My hope is that I won't, that this is going to take care of it. She said that we're going after it really aggressively because the cancer is the type I have is very aggressive. She goes, we're hitting it hard, which is why you're so sick and everything else. She said, but it's aggressive and we have to go after it hard. So, and that's the large B cell lymphoma that's in my intestine or in my abdominal cavity. So yeah, look up findhelp.org. So someone sent me a bunch of links for the Lymphoma and Leukemia Society to get financial aid. They give you like $500 and your doctor's office social workers have to apply for it for you. I may be able to call them and ask them if they'll put something in. I don't know, but there's not that much. And yeah. I looked yesterday too. I went through another link to see if there was financial aid and scholarships and stuff so far. And yeah, I haven't really found it. How do you feel about being halfway through your treatment? Relieved. Because I'm not I'm not bad right now. We'll see. We'll see come Wednesday, Thursday, when the prednisone's coming down. I'll let you know next week how that one's going to go, right? I am going to go to the 4th of July fireworks. We're going to just kind of hang out in the pool on the 4th at the house. Like my kids are going to the parade because one of my daughter's friends is in the parade. I'm not going to the parade. It's going to be too damn hot anyways. But I do want to catch the fireworks because they have a band that plays at the park and it's right like 5 minutes from my house, 10 minutes from my house. So I'm going to go to the fireworks, but it's outside. So I figure I can just stay away from people and use thieves oil and enjoy the fireworks. I don't want to miss the fireworks this year. So we're going to hang out in the pool on the 4th and then go watch the fireworks and come home. That's my big outing for the week is that. And then on the 5th, they'll come and give me the immune booster infusion. And then I'll feel really good. So, yeah, that sounds like BS, but perhaps grants from not-for-profits. Yeah, I'm having a hard time sitting at my computer. Like even in bed trying to use my laptop it's been difficult. I have a hard time, like literally have a hard time reading, focusing, and retaining anything. So I have to take copious notes. It's exhausting. Like to have to do all of that. And the screwed up thing, like with disability. So Social Security disability, I got approved, but you have to wait 5 months. So like I don't get my first check until October. What? So if I was pregnant and I applied for Medicare or Medicaid and aid, I would get it right away. But going through cancer and chemo where I can't work the way I could before and I'm like got all these bills coming in, literally they don't give you a payment for 6 months. You have to go through a 5-month waiting period and the 6th month they send you a check. Yeah. It's like, what? Oh, so I'd be better off if I was pregnant, which is great. But hello, if I don't get the treatments, then I'm dying. Where's the sanity in that system in America? It like doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah. But then you have 9 months where you can work or try to work and still receive your payments. You know, I don't know what this journey's going to look like past round 6. She won't tell me. She's like, we got to get there. Let's just get there. That's the goal right now. Get there, get you into remission. Let's get there. I was like, long term. She's like, nope. You know, there's no point. We need to focus where we're at right now. So that's where I'm at. As far as getting aid and stuff, I don't know. What's your best go-to juice? I haven't been, honestly, I've dropped the juicing wagon. Like I used to juice a lot, but it's too expensive right now and it's too laborious. I don't have the energy to juice. I do not have the ability to go to the store all the time either and get everything. Like your vegetables have to be fresh. So I'm not juicing. I'll have my dad grab me a green juice from the grocery store if he's there, but they're expensive. So I'm really not juicing much. I'm trying to just eat so that I don't lose too much weight and get protein in. And I'm eating a lot of fruit. Like fruit seems to be the only thing on chemo that consistently, no matter what, I can eat. The one thing I will say about round 3, I have been highly nauseous and I was very dizzy on day 1, which I wasn't before. On the other 2 rounds, it was really dizzy and really nauseous. So I've had to take all 3 of my nausea medicines on schedule. Like I can't miss it because for whatever reason, I've been really nauseous. And even today, and I'm on day 4, still nauseous. And I haven't even eaten. I ate breakfast and lunch and I had a snack in the afternoon. I had some pretzels, but I haven't even eaten dinner. I'm probably going to eat something for dinner in the next hour, which will be like 11 o'clock. But because I'm up till 4 a.m, that's just the way it rolls, right? Will they give you back Social Security from? No, it's not backdated. Nope. So the first check will be like $1,500 like in October. I'm like, so I got to wait 6 months for you to give me $1,500. Meanwhile, it's only been since May when I started chemo. It's been a month. I've had 3 treatments. 3 chemo treatments. I've already paid out close to $9,000, if not 9, because I have to add them all up. Haven't updated my spreadsheet. It probably is over 9, but that's just medical bills. That's not living expenses. That's not mortgage, phone bill, internet, right? Food. Like, that's none of that stuff. And you're going to give me $1,500 in October after all of that. But if I was pregnant, I could get on food stamps and I could do all the things. It's trippy. Like, it's like, are you waiting for us to die so that maybe you don't have to make the payout? I paid into the system my whole life, like my whole life. So it's irritating. And I'm trying not to think about it. It's hard for me it's always been hard for me to receive and accept help from others. I'm great at giving it. I'm a big giver. And this is my lesson through all of this, how to receive. And some of you may be going through that too. How to receive, how to have and increase my faith, and how to just not have to be in push mode, force mode. It's hard. It's hard. I have no choice. Yeah. Thanks, Megs. Like, literally, it's been difficult for me to get so much help and support, even from my family, like from my dad, to have to rely on him on my days when I can't get out of bed, when I can't make it to the house, like to rely on him to take my little bucket in the house and empty it into the toilet and clean it. It's horrifying. And I do it every day I can get out of bed, but there are days when I can't, and he's got to do it. And I'm like, seriously, this is my life, right? I'm grateful that I'm set up to where we have a little commode, bedside commode, like I had at the hospital. Because at the hospital, they had the commode next to me, even though I had a bathroom in my room, because I couldn't make it that far, that quick. And at nighttime, I can't make it that quick. And when I'm super, super sick and the chemo's clearing out of my system, I can't make it. I can't make it all the way to the bathroom in the house. So it is what it is. But even that, having to have other people go drive me around, having them have to freaking go shopping with me or for me, it's hard. I mean, I feel like I've lost my usefulness in a lot of ways. Today, my head's on straight and my emotions are level, so I don't feel so bad. A couple weeks ago, I felt horrible. Like, I just felt horrible. So I know part of that was the prednisone crash, but I will be very happy when I have full function of my life. Like, when I have the ability to drive again, when I want, where I want, the ability to go around people without having to worry about, is this going to end me up in the hospital? Right? There's all these things I have to think about. I never had to think about before. It is huge for someone as independent as me. Absolutely. And I mean, none of us like to be sick. I don't like to be sick. And I don't want to keep talking like I'm sick. I don't feel horribly sick today. So today's a good day. And I'm happy about that. Tomorrow, it's been over 72 hours. I get to go swimming with my granddaughter tomorrow. So I'm going to get in the pool. The first 48 to 72 hours, your chemo's still coming out of your body. I think I talked about that before. So you have to be careful. People using the bathroom that you use, like, you're supposed to flush the toilet twice and wipe it all down with bleach to make sure nobody gets that chemo on their skin. And it comes through your body fluids. So, like, I won't go in the pool or the spa when I'm in that 72-hour window. I don't want anyone else to be exposed to the chemo. So I'm super cautious about that too. I won't go to our community pool. Like, it's an in-ground large pool, but there's so many people there. I won't go. There's too many other people's body fluids and too many children and adults. And yeah, so I have to stay home. And we have, one of those 15-foot round above ground pools. It's enough. It works. At least I can float and feel like I'm doing something outside of these four walls. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. The bills are paid this month. I'm grateful for that. Like come the first, the mortgage is paid. My car is paid. The insurance got paid. The utilities are paid. The lights are on. My family is helping a lot financially right now. My dad is helping huge. And then the fundraiser has been helping oodles. So I just want to thank all of you guys because you have no idea. No idea. Maybe you do. I shouldn't say that. You probably do. It's helped so much because all of these medical bills has been tough. And I'm not doing anything. So I'm not spending money really. I'm just home, and going to the doctor and going to chemo, and that's it. So it's been interesting, but I'm getting through. So this is round 3. I made it. I got 3 more to go. It looks like on my schedule. So I had 2 in June. I have 1 in July. On July 17th, I have round 4. And then in August, I have 2 rounds. And then I will finish before the end of August with round 6, which is supposed to be my last chemo. And hopefully it shrinks. It's gone. I don't want to have to do more chemo. That's my prayer. After this, if it isn't all the way gone, my plan is to do the off-label meds and high-dose vitamin C and hyperbaric oxygen chamber. And they have CAR T cell therapy too that they can do, but like she said, we have to get through this first and then we'll see where we're at. Hopefully this puts it in remission. Finish in Leo season and stuff. Yeah. So I'll be done before September 1st. I'll still be recovering through the month of September. I'm sure at least the first few weeks of September, I will be recovering, but I will be able to do more of the IV infusions and get my platelet count up, get everything up. I can say this. I do know that my liver is absolutely struggling this time because my liver numbers are not great. My liver function is being affected, which does worry me a little bit, but I know how powerful regenerative the liver is. So I know that I can get it moving again. But that worries me because I have 3 more to go and chemo's hard on the liver. It's hard on the liver. So I have to do that. I do have faith that my body is going to bounce. It's going to make it out of this. I just got to get to the end of these treatments and away from the prednisone. I have stayed on the pain meds, just the one, consistently twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. That seems to be making a huge difference with my temperature staying more stable, and the highs and lows of the pain not being so bad. So that's been a plus too. It's just trying to gauge everything and not wanting to be on painkillers because that's hard on the liver too. It's hard. You got to get used to it. Anyways, I love you too, Araliba. All right. So that's the update. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And if you're in the US, you enjoy the 4th of July like I plan to. I love fireworks. There's something about, I love the sky. So anything sparkly in the sky. And we have a really amazing fireworks show where I live and a band is playing right beside you. So it's just grand and fantastic. And then my granddaughter, is still young and she's like, ooh, ah. So that's what I'm looking forward to this week. I'm hoping that my appetite is up on the 4th and I can enjoy my favorite dip and vegetables. I still can't eat salad. Salad is one thing my stomach is just rejecting and it makes me sick if I eat it. So not supposed to be eating a bunch of raw vegetables anyways, but I miss salads. I really miss salads. Anywho, all right, you guys have a good one. Thank you for being with me. It was worth doing my hair or putting on a wig and doing my makeup to come on tonight and to at least have a little bit of interaction with people. So just be commenting on threads. Oh, and Megs, please, yes, call me whenever you want. All right. Have a good one. I'll come update you guys after I get through the chemo crash. I mean, the prednisone crash and see how I do on that one. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.